I have this policy with myself when learning data structures and algorithms, where I don't really learn every data structure and algorithm that exists just for the sake of learning them, as if I was in like college, doesn't make sense. Because what would I learn a couple like 100 data structures and data structures and algorithms and OFN if I don't need them yet. So what I do usually is that to learn these data structures and algorithms, concepts or ways or methodologies is that I wait until I really need to use one. For example, in this case, I will probably need to investigate or to do some research on how graph works because something similar happened to me maybe six six months ago maybe. Yeah, 6 months ago, I was developing this. Okay, so I had some input that came in the form of Markdown, and I did it like this Markdown in a more structured, in a more like semi-structured format. So I needed to programmatically grab stuff from Markdown and pass them to um, to another like intermediary representation, let's call it, which is just like an object in memory in a structured format. So I had this problem issue, and at the moment I didn't know much about trees and abstract syntax trees and HTS. So I learned about trees at the moment and HTS and how can I leverage an AST parser to extract or like to semi structurally extract data from like the full AST or like the IR intermediate representation of like a Magnum document, and so then I can grab this data in a more structured format or semi-structured format and process it later. So yeah, that's like a really interesting way to use trees and ASTs and like different types of trees. So yeah, that's like a way or not a way, but like a meth that's like a methodology to learning. Uh, data structure algorithms to make them less boring because I could simply go to LeetCode or HackerRank and do all these problems and issues, and I'll probably learn about them, but boring, and that's like that's like a little bit boring, and learning things this way. No, you learn hands-on, you learn on the spot, and you understand on a more like deep level, like when you would use this or X or Y type of data structure or algorithm. Yeah, really takes more time to learn like the full stack or the full set of existing data structures, but you get like a more deep understanding of why they exist. For example, right now, this excites me a lot. It might not sound like that exciting, but that excited me. But you know, I have some curiosity about graphs. Never worked with them. I see myself working with them. I kind of work with them because I've used GraphQL, and that's some kind of graph system, but you don't really develop with graphs or you don't really interact with graphs. You only define like your schema and resolvers and whatever. But yeah, interestingly enough, we were probably going to learn about graphs and which I think they're similar to trees, but they're like they have like a different nature. But yes, that's it.